I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Myah Daniels. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm excellent as can be. Great pleasure to connect with you. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in California.
All right. Are you far from the fires?
I luckily am. I'm up north instead. I'm not in LA, so
Okay, all right.
wishing the best for everyone who's down there.
Of course. Well, do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time.
Well, we're lucky to connect because I host a podcast called How Do You Feel About That? Yes.
Yeah. So, who did you learn the skills necessary to do a podcast?
Well, I actually kind of went in with very little knowledge on audio content. I sort of found podcasts my senior year of high school. I started listening to a podcast called Serial, which blew up. And basically, the creator came and spoke at my college, and I was totally inspired that night I just picked up my computer, I found GarageBand, opened it, and kind of just went for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel shocked that it's actually become, a real manifestation of all the things I kind of wanted.
Can you imagine what else is possible?
Oh my gosh, so much. I have so much more to learn.
That's great. So now that you've begun and you're doing the editing yourself, you're posting your podcast, why will you continue to repeat the skill?
Well, I think that journalism, especially audio journalism, is really coming to the forefront in our society right now. I think that audio is so unique and so different than everything that you see like on your computer, on your cell phone, that I sort of feel an obligation to deliver this type of content, especially at the forefront. So I have a lot to learn, and I want to just continue to spread knowledge and information through podcasting.
Would you believe if I told you I listened to your podcast?
Did you really?
I did. You and your co-host, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Andrew.
You were talking about 3D glasses and how you came up with the episode.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I had a good time with that.
Yeah, definitely. It was really intriguing to listen to the conversation. Again, the fascination as to how audio journalism can create a story. Really amazing stuff. Loved it. It was captivating.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to hear that.
You're welcome. Well, do tell us, where can we go to connect with you and find out more of what you do?
Oh, cool. So we have a website. It's called feelspodcast.com. So you can listen to all of our content on there. You can also find us on the iTunes store, on Overcast for Android users or people that don't like the podcast app. We also have a Facebook page and a Twitter page, which you can find at Feels Podcast or Feelscast.
There we go. Do tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Over the last 3 years. Ooh, what have I done? Well, I am also a musician. I sing. And so I actually met my co-host through musical theater here at our college. And we sort of connected over our love for music as well as our love for podcast.
Yeah. He's the guy that named, how did he say it? Destiny's sister. How did he say it?
Destiny's sister, yes. Solange.
Yeah, that was funny. That was definitely funny. So how does it make you feel to know that you've been doing this consistently, singing?
It's always kind of been a hobby of mine. And I never really thought I would continue through college, but I found a group here on campus that I really loved, and we're all kind of strange and really love musical theater, and it makes me feel really, really happy that I've been able to continue to sing and find people that have the same passion for music that I do.
That's wonderful. Why would you suggest to someone out there who's listening, why they should do what you've done, Myah? Again, by being the individual that is going out there and creating the thing you desire.
I think I would encourage people to not let things get them down. There's so many different avenues that people can go down, and it's really, really easy to think that you're not good enough. And I definitely thought that when I started the podcast. It took Andrew and I several months to come out with something that we were, relatively proud of putting out in the internet, even with little hope that, more than our family members would listen to. So I would definitely just tell people to do what they love, even if they think that they're not good enough, because likely you are.
Love that. Amazing audience. We are live again with Myah Daniels. She is the podcast co-creator and host of How Do You Feel About That? Definitely check that out. Myah, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Myah, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh my gosh, my earliest childhood memory. Okay, so I have a younger brother. He's 2 years younger than me. And I distinctly remember my mom and my father bringing him back from the hospital. And I was used to being sort of spoiled and having all the attention on me for 2 years. And so when they brought this little baby back, I was kind of confused. And I played with him and I liked him for a while. But then I looked at my parents and I said, okay, Mom, Dad, when are you bringing baby Marcus back to the hospital? I had my fun, but now, I'm ready for you to take him back.
So how old were you? He's 2 years.
I was 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I think it's so clear because my brother and I are really close now, and we've, since we're so close in age, we've grown up doing a lot of similar things, and I just think it's funny to think about that at some point I didn't even want him, and I can't imagine not growing up with a sibling, despite how much we bicker and argue. I love him to death, and I can't even believe that I was so bratty.
Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yes, please do.
Well, I think it's pretty clear that you were a person that were connected with your feelings from even back then. To see that you're doing a podcast now that says, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Is pretty fascinating to me. I mean, you didn't even need to be asked the question. And you had the answer, right? So no one had to say, Myah, how do you feel about us bringing him home? No, you went one step forward. Like, hey, when are you carrying him back? I don't feel too great about it. So it's fascinating how that connects. That you're the individual that would allow others to answer the question. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and I think I'm always really curious about what others think, because I obviously have my perspective. I have my views on everything, but I'm always really curious, what others think about that, what other people feel about.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If we fast forwarded to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Oh my gosh, when I was 12. I'm trying to think of what year that was. 8 years ago. Probably something Chris Brown. Anything Chris Brown I was obsessed with.
Yeah. Choose one. Come
on. Okay, let's see. What was he doing back then?
We go to Google for the answers.
He had the one with T-Pain.
Right.
And what was it called? Kiss Kiss.
Oh, there
Kiss
we go.
Kiss.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I was obsessed with that. I had that on my iPod Shuffle on and on.
Definitely the feeling of the kiss is one to note well. Yes. How do you feel about that? Yes.
How do I feel?
All right, Myah. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Myah, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Ooh, to pass on my skills to. I guess my brother.
There we go. Are you married?
Yeah. I'm not married.
Do you have children?
No children.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Oh, yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Less than.
If you, Myah, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Myah Daniels, what would you say that is?
Be your authentic self and don't be afraid of who you are.
Love it. And how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel so happy.
Love it. I really love the name of that. It's just a really amazing tagline.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well done. Well, Myah, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I just want to tell the audience that you all are great and that you all have feelings and that they are all valid.
Love it. Myah Daniels, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.